Hey, welcome back to the channel. This week we're going on a camping adventure. There's a few things I got to do in preparation for that. A few things I have to fix on the camper and a few errands to run before we leave. So come along for the ride and stay tuned. Okay, we'll give you a quick tour of our Heartland Prowler. This is a 290BH. It's just a tad over 33 feet long from front to back. We bought it last year just as things were really getting hard to find. In fact, I visited numerous dealers and just could not come up with anything. And then one of the dealers right near where we live contacted me and told me he had one that just came off the barge. So here's the sticker, just give you an idea of the weight on this. It has a cargo capacity of about 2,300 pounds, just slightly more. I think in all, gross weight on this thing is close to 9,000 pounds when you got it fully loaded. And I've got the slide out right now because I'm doing some work on the inside, got to clean out the fridge. Anybody that knows when you have one of these, don't leave the fridge closed. I try to keep it open, but after our last trip, somebody closed it and I didn't see that. Anyway, it smells. And I got to fix the bracket for the license plate. That broke. This stuff is just not made of very high quality materials. And I think the guy on the line that was putting this thing together was probably drunk. Not sure what happened here. He made one hole. I don't know what happened. Made another one. That screw goes nowhere, so I'll have to look at that and see how I can secure it. And then one of the other things that I notice on this, again, these things are not the highest quality, but I knew that when we bought it, so I wasn't expecting a whole lot. Just these little sheet metal screws that go through this thin metal, those tend to back out. They vibrate out as you're driving, so I'm constantly tightening that. I'm just going to take a rivet, pop it in those where those things keep coming loose. But it's got a fair amount of storage, 2 doors. It's got the solid step. We'll pop in the back door here and just give you a quick tour on the inside. And then I've got to run some errands and get some things so that I can fix some of this stuff. Anyway, as you notice, we come in the bathroom through the back door. And then you walk into kind of the living area. So you got a jackknife sofa that does turn into a small bed. Not very tall adult would be able to sleep on that. Maybe some kids. The dinette, same thing. If you turn that into a bed, again, very tall people can't sleep on it. Entertainment center. Then we have the bunks here. The bunks, again, my wife and I, we actually slept on these the last time we were out because we had my cousin and her husband, and he's over 6 feet tall, so I knew there was no way he was going to fit on there. My wife and I were pretty small. I'm probably 5'6", 5'7", if you stretch me. My wife, she's under 5 feet, so we were able to sleep on it. It was still uncomfortable, but we got through. Then you've got your refrigerator, your oven and cooktop, which has 3 burners. And I'll turn some light on there, make it a little bit easier to see. Then regular microwave, nothing fancy. Double bowl sink. Counter space is not bad. We set our coffee station up here. And overall, it works for us. Here's the step I was talking about. I really like that. I wish they'd put one on the back. And then here's the front bedroom. Fair amount of storage, not a lot. Again, for, you know, a couple, maybe taking out some grandkids, this doesn't work out too bad. I've got to get all this bedding off of here and then get that clean and put away, and then get our bedding back up there. But overall, we like it. Our plan at some point, when my wife also retires, we'll probably sell this one and more than likely buy a fifth wheel, because we plan to go to the lower 48 and travel around. And of course, at that point, we'll probably try and get something a little better, higher quality than what this is. You know, these walls, they're just, everything's stapled. We constantly find staples. And I don't know, you know, what kind of staples they're using, but they sure don't hold very good. I think the guy went around with one of those swing line office staplers and used that. Then the other thing that, you know, we found out the hard way is don't stick anything to these walls. We use one of those command strips, and I don't know if you can see, but it bubbles up. It'll just pull the paper right off of the wallboard. So again, you know, there's lots of things that we're learning as we go through, but you know, when you're out, you're trying to make use of all the space as efficiently as possible. And so sometimes you do some things and you learn lessons from it, like putting a command hook up there to hold the broom didn't work out. And there's some more storage here. And then, of course, back to the bathroom, which we came in. And, you know, it's not huge, but it works for us. The shower's okay. The one thing I wish they would have done was put in a corner medicine cabinet here. We don't have a medicine cabinet. And again, I just stuck this up. And this is probably going to be another thing that will eventually come off as the paper pulls away from the wallboard there. But for now, it's working. We don't put anything on it when we're traveling. But I wish there would have been a corner cabinet and, you know, cheap little fan. Doesn't move much air. I'd like to replace it, put a fantastic fan in there. And basically, that is it. All right, one of the first projects that I actually need to do inside here is replace this handle. As you can see, the plastic is broke here. I don't know who grabbed this and yanked on it, whether it was one of the guests or my wife after she got mad at me and then tried to rip the door off the hinges. But, you know, these things are just not high quality. I did order another one, so I've got that in the house. I'll replace that and then keep the second one that I ordered as a spare. This top one is still in okay shape, but this one, definitely got to replace that. Okay, well, we got to run to Lowe's. I got to pick up a few things for the trailer, and also have to make a grocery run. So let's get going, get that done. Done with Lowe's. Now I have to head to Home Depot, since Lowe's seems to be out of everything I need every time I walk in. I was able to get a few things, but let's head over to Home Depot. All right, that was a successful trip, and let's head to the grocery store. Okay, let's replace this handle real quick. Alright, so anyway, looking at this, this piece here is broke as well. I'll have to contact Dometic and see if I can find this piece anywhere. I just did a quick search on the internet, couldn't come up with anything. But let me stick the new handle on here. Hopefully it will work. In the meantime, this top little corner piece here is needed for the handle to wrap around and brace. We'll just have to be extra careful with it and go from there until we can get that side piece replaced. Alright, that we'll have to do until we can get that other piece. Alright, next we'll put a rivet in this. And I love how these auto manufacturers make it so easy now to back up and hook up to your trailers. Just zooming in on the ball and you can pretty much get it right under it. here we are. The next day, the weather's turned out just great. We're at the Paradise Alaska RV Park in Palmer, Alaska. Just gorgeous views. My wife and I were going to go for a walk around the park.